What's up guys, welcome back. James St. Michael here. I hope y'all are doing well. Today's video is really exciting. If you haven't heard it or seen the previous video, I have just released my first ever exclusive sample pack called Nostalgia. And it's basically themed around the sounds and concepts from the late 1990s, mid 1990s to like early 2000s. Anyone who's a millennial will know about these times. Those are the kinds of sounds that we've got going on here. Those are the kinds of themes that these sounds were derived from, but enough talk. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show y'all how y'all can make something pretty quick and easy using these sounds and just exactly how they sound and what kind of feel that they give. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get in the DAW and see what we can do.
Awesome, guys. So we are now in Ableton, as you can see here, and I have my sample pack here, Nostalgia, loaded up on the left. If we go ahead and look at the contents of it, we got some bonus MIDI files, some loops, and one-shots. Now, all in total, there's about 70 to 85 samples, I believe, minus the bonus MIDI files here that you can go ahead and work with. So if we go ahead and look at this here, we'll start by just trying to find something melodic-wise that we can start building off of. Now, this does have quite a few one-shots, but this is in no way a 1 GB full production sample pack. This is more of a tasteful sample pack that is a collection of tasteful curated sounds derived from that 1990s, late 1990s, early 2000s time frame that a lot of you millennials will be able to, vibe with and just relate to. So let's go ahead and take a listen and try to find a melody here that will kind of get us moving in the right direction. Okay, so this one's pretty cool. I really vibe with this one a lot. So we'll go ahead and we'll work with this one. Gengar was always trapped. We'll go ahead and drop that in here. As you can see, the sample is set for F sharp minor and 130. That's what it was designed at. So we'll just go ahead and set that to 130. And then I'm going to, let's see, I'll go ahead and do the first half because I know that the second half was slightly different. We'll just go ahead and duplicate that just to make sure, as always, whenever you use a sample, use those crossfades to make sure you don't get too much clicks. They were already designed to avoid that, but some DAWs handle it differently. So we'll just do that. And then we'll just highlight that and we'll duplicate it. Now, what we need here is going to be some kind of bass instrument. So we'll go ahead and come here and we will load up Anna 2. And I'm feeling like a not an 808, but more so something darker and fuller and rounder, something that doesn't quite diminish over time. So we'll go ahead and load up Anna here, and I think what I'm going to shoot for is on a Reese-based patch that I already have here. So we'll go ahead and let that load. Go to St. Michael Bank, Reese-based. We'll come down here, get rid of that. I want to throw in some portamento in that. Maybe about 24 milliseconds should work nicely. Then we'll give it a little count in and we'll try to play something. So that's it. We've got 8 bars right there. We'll go ahead and rename this Reese Bass. And then we'll go ahead, now that we got a bass, so this is more like our fundamental building block. And now we need some kicks. So let's go ahead and let's go into the sample pack and let's see what we can find here in terms of some kicks. One of my favorites, that heartbeat, could be really cool if we position that properly. That one's cool right there. Lo-fi aggressive kick. So we can go ahead and grab that there. I don't know how we're going to use these quite yet, but we'll figure it out as we go. Now I also want to clap. I'm feeling a clap in this. That one could go good, and I might stack it with that one. So we grab those. I'm going to take these. We'll group them, and then I'm going to just rename that claps. Color code it to my liking. I like that. Color code that to purple just because it looks cooler. This one will be the kick. It's a bit more aggressive. And we'll mute this for now. We're just going to put the claps on 2 and 4, of course. So it'll go right there. We'll grab that right there. Put on the purple. Perfect. Now we just gotta taste them. Get them to taste a bit. It's too thick. Perfect. That'll work nicely. I can work with that. And if we need to, we'll adjust that later. We'll just go ahead and duplicate that out. And then just take that, duplicate it. Nice. So we'll set that around negative 12.5. I like that a lot. And then we'll go ahead and come down here and let's start seeing if we can get a kick. I want like this kick right here to be a prequel, if you will. We just need to bring this out. So we'll just copy that on over. Get rid of the first half. Bring this over. Like that. I think if we got that right. Boom, boom, boom. Right there again. Perfect, and then that's when we'll have that come in right there. This needs to be more down there. We'll just grab that and we will quantize it, of course. Same thing here. Quantize, make sure everything is fitting nicely. Obviously that didn't snap right. That's good. Let's go ahead and give it some rhythm. We'll go and pick out a hi-hat now. So if we come here, ooh, we can use that for sure. Drag that in, a little hi-hat effect. And I was feeling this one a lot. So we'll grab that right there. Then we'll drag that right there. And I feel like that, I don't have perfect pitch, but that to me sounds like it might be a little like over the tuning that we want. So I'm going to drop that down, at least for this particular production. So we'll take that right there. I'm going to use this original one since it's a different pitch for some 30-second rolls. And we'll just make quarter notes out of this. And I have a plan for how we can give this some movement. Nice. So what I'm going to do here, we'll put a pause on that. And let's make the kick drum fill out now. So we'll bring the kick in. Put that right there. Create a familiarity with previous. Oh, sorry. That should come right there. Not even. So this is gonna need to be like that. There we go. Then we'll repeat that right there. Just trying to create a familiarity and a rhythm. We could try that right there. We can drop this. So we'll want to change this to a triplet grid for this. This will get cool if we can play this out right. So just leave it like that. Perfect. We might drop that down more. All right. So go quarter note, triplet, and these are the ones that need to be extended. So we'll do it right there, right there. Just slight pitch deviations right there. And again, that right there, and this little boom boom that's been working for us. Right there. And we'll get back out of this triplet grid back to where we were. Put that right there. Put this on adaptive grid medium. this. Come on, quantize. Right there. Boom, boom. That doesn't quite look like it's medium, narrow. There we go. Nice. So after we've got that, now we've got a good bass, a good bass line working with the kick. Sidechain that. So let's go ahead and get this renamed to kick. Then that'll make it easier for us to identify what we need here. We'll select kick. And let's get that threshold set just right. Now the kick is coming through the bass, so they're playing together nicely. Let's give this some movement now with this now. So we'll bring the hi-hat back in. I think that's right. Yep. So we're going to duplicate that. We're going to keep this simple so it just you can vibe and groove with it. And then we'll take this original one. I'm going to make 30-second notes out of it. And what we'll do here is we will call this roll hi-hats. And then we'll call this one hi-hat 1. And then for this, what I'm going to do is we will attach an echo. So after we attach the echo, we'll go ahead and set this back to notes, roll the feedback, bring the dry wet down, and give it some offset on both ends. I think about 6.7 should work good. After we have 6.7, we'll go ahead and listen to it now. It should have more vibe. Then we'll bring this in so we can get that feature. Nice. Then we'll take this one out just because we have that kick feature and we don't want to deteriorate from that. For this, what we can do is we can automate this so we get more of this out right here, this hi-hat delay just for this section because it was too dry right there. And then we'll just loop that out. Cool. So after we've got that, I'll take out that metronome. And then we'll just go ahead back to the sample pack and let's see if we can fill it out. I feel like it's a little too dry. So let's get it some effects and let's see if we can find, this could work better for an impact. So we'll come back here and we'll start at the peak of it and then we'll get rid of the rest and that'll be used for the impact. Drop it down to blend it. We don't want to get too crazy here because we want to leave room for say a vocal on top and some backgrounds, stuff to embellish it. If we start filling all this out way too much, we don't make any space for that, so we want to keep mindful of that. That's why we're keeping it very simple and bare. But to give it a little bit more embellishment, let's go to the vocals and we will take Kitty Park Woo. I like that one a lot. We'll drop that down. And then I think this one should go good right here. Yeah, that can go right there. Perfect. And then if we want, what we can do here, we can just filter that just a bit, just to keep it more in the background. We might even stereo it out. Drop that down. Come in here to our audio effects, plugins actually. Kilohertz, one of my favorites right now, guys. If y'all don't use kilohertz, man, y'all gotta go pick that up. Go look at the Slate Digital if you can. Stereo, drop that in there. Perfect. And then after we've got that, let's go ahead and take this, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reverse it so we can kind of bleed out into an ending concept. Then we'll crossfade those together, and then we'll just take care of that. Get rid of those. Nice. And then for this, what I'll do here is we will just kind of fade that out. And then for this, obviously, if we wanted to do the same thing, we want to get tasteful, we could just go ahead and add a utility plugin. Then we would automate that right there. We would just want to fade that out as well. Drop that more. And voila, there's how we can make a quick beat and a quick melody and just a quick concept all together in one. Obviously, you'd want to double up on this as the drop or the hook and where the lead vocals would go on top of. We'd want to embellish it with more spatial effects through SERUM or Anna, and just add a few more things here and there to really embellish it. But it's really, really always advised, from me at least, that when you're making something, always keep in mind that if it's gonna have a vocal, keep space in the production for a vocal. If we go too crazy off the beginning, we might not have enough space to play around with later, and you're then in a position where you're going to have to compromise in the mixing process or in the production as to what you want to keep or what you need to pull back to make room for, when really those elements were what kind of made it significant in the first place. So that's why we kept this very simple and laid back and stripped. But as you can see, with just the samples in the pack alone, we were able to make a pretty good vibe-ish beat. It's pretty bared. That's just because, again, we want to keep some concept and some space within this production for a vocal on top per se. But without a doubt, you could go straight into just making this full music related and have no vocals and use a sample pack to just go full on with it and do some crazy stuff. But yeah, that is nostalgia, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming by and checking out the video and seeing what it's about. Those are a few samples, just a taste of what it offers. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the beat, let me know and I'll finish it and I'll just throw it up there for free for you guys. But nonetheless, if you guys enjoy the content on the channel and y'all want to help support it, please do consider going by my website, jamesamichael.com, and going to the shop section and picking up that sample pack there. I priced it hella cheap, just as cheap as something back in the 90s would cost when things were a whole lot cheaper. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys could do that. Nonetheless, so I hope you guys take care, and as always, good vibes and peace. Laters, fam.